How do? I'm Mark Richardson. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, so welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for coming back. And if this is your first time here, because I just realised at the weekend that we've now been doing these videos for a year. So thank you very much. I think it was a year. Actually, it should have been on the last video, but I only just realised yesterday. Yeah, so if this is your first video, welcome. And if you've been watching since the beginning, thank you very much. So if you are new here, I currently drive this Kobelco 210 with an R6 rotor tilt on for Simon Richardson Contracting down in the Scottish borders. The job I'm on at the moment, we are in the yard. We're supposed to be going to another job, but it's just been knocked on the head for a couple of weeks. So we'll just come to the yard because we are extending the yard. So just come to the yard and we'll start doing this. So last week I stripped off part of the field in front of the yard and made it into a windrow, and we are just leading that away. So I try not to show too much of the yard just for security reasons and all of that. Aye, so that's that. I'll try and get the camera set up and I'll show us loading up this away. So we're just leading this topsoil away. It's literally just going to the side of these trees, which is 100 yards away, 150 yards away. But we're having to go a quarter of a mile down the track, over the bridge and then back up. So I've got a John Deere and a Fendt leading. So it'll keep us going for today. And I hear one of these, the John Deere coming back, so I'll jump back in the digger and bash on. You find me in the new tractor. So I've recently just got a new tractor, a John Deere 150M. So the other John Deere has just had to put the low loader on to go and move something. So I've still got the Fendt lead, and this was sat in the yard. I'll put the dump trailer on this and start leading a bit of muck with this. We'll just load ourselves. So this is actually the first load that this tractor has had on. First trailer rather. It's been attached to the topper for the last couple of weeks. It's just first trailer on it. First outside the trailer on it, sorry. Get normal, will do. It's just nice enough in here, right? So I think from what I've gathered, the difference between this is an M, the other ones are an R. The R's are a bit more higher spec. Like this is all different compared to the other tractors. The cab's slightly smaller on it. Like it's still a big enough cab. Big enough passenger seat and everything. It's still a nice place to be. But I think it's just a little bit more basic in here. But I think it's got Bluetooth. Oh, it has got Bluetooth, so I mean, has it got DAB? I'm not 100% sure. Don't know. But it says it's the first time I've been in it. So she's nice enough, eh? Get this load tipped off, and then away back for another one. So there she is. Got a 1 ton weight block on the front. Got the big wide tyres on it. Tidy, looks well with the dump trailer on. Right, we'll get her loaded. Hey, I've still got some on the trailer. We'll get her loaded up. on the move. Let's go.
No, you should be fine at that. You're by the diamond. We're done. Thank you very much for that.
Need what?
Yeah, coming behind on the right.
Right, so we've been moved on to a bit of an emergency job. Not too emergency, but all it is the road has collapsed where they're hauling timber out of. I think, so we're just here to fix the road up so they can get the timber wagons running. I think what it is there's been a culvert put in the past, and just on top of the culvert it's dipping, and the wagons are wheels spinning, and plus there's a lot of mud on the road because they're bringing the forward onto the road, so I've got that to scrape, and then there's a couple of big potholes on the road as well. So we brought the digger up, Kenny's here on the fence as well, brought the dump trailer up, so it's just a quick in and out job. The wagon low loader's sitting waiting, they'll do the job and then back on the wagon again and down the road again. We sometimes get quite a few of these little jobs, especially winter time really. Tend to not get many of them through the summer, but over winter time we tend to get quite a few just little one-day jobs, especially with the weather when it's been bad. There'll be a bit of road washed out or something like that, or timber wagons are getting stuck, so just get in, fix the road up and then get back out again. So we'll get trundled down this track and we'll go and get it sorted out. Well, that's the bit there that's sunk in between them orange spray marks there, and it doesn't really look like it's sunk over the culvert. I think it's all this timber here has been stacked on the edge of the road. All the wagons are hanging to that side to keep away from it, and it just keeps pushing the edge of the road down. That's what's happened there, rather than the culvert sinking. But hey, right, so we'll keep carry on scraping it up and then we'll get some rocks thrown about on top of it. There we go, that's first load of stone going towards the ramp, forward ramp, which is just there. It's not the best. This stone is very wet and very mucky. It's the first time I've ever dug in this quarry. First time I've ever dug in this quarry, and it's very wet. You can see there, there's water running into the quarry, so it's always is going to be wet in it. But I think we'll only need, I don't know, 3 loads down there, maybe 3 or 4 on the ramp, and then it'll only be the one over that culvert. So it'll have to do. I'll try and pick out the worst of the stuff and just take the good stuff. But aye, that's what it is sometimes. It's what it is sometimes. So the roads never is going to be perfect because they are bringing the forwarder onto the road to stack the timber on the side of the track because they haven't got enough room. Normally, when they would fell the trees, I'll show you here for example. I'll try and show it out. How you see we've got the zoom in a bit. We've got the timber stacked down the side of the road. Well, say them trees there. Say for example, if they were got to fell them, they would have a brush mat for the forwarder to run along the backside, so he doesn't have to come onto the road. Whereas here, they're felling all the way up there, and then they've got a temporary track in across through that valley, so he's having to come onto the road to stack the timber, which is fortunately just how it all gets chewed up, especially with the big grouses and big tracks he's got on. But it is what it is. Just have to keep coming back to patch it up. So, I did tell Kenny, I said it's up to you whether you go up and turn around or whether you reverse along. Looks like he's going to reverse along. So this is the culvert. I've put a bit of stone over the top. I've gone and exposed the pipe, and I still think all that's going to come with. So my plan is I'll go and get some big rocks, put them in there, some in here, pinch a couple of these logs, build like a bridge over the top, and then put the stone over the top. And then I'll put a bit more stone on there, and hopefully that'll stop that rushing down. Could do with another pipe on, but we don't have it. So that's my plan. We'll see if it works. It should do. I haven't done it, but I've seen it done in the past. So we'll do that. there we are. I think that's looking a lot better now. So got the logs in there. I have put them big stones on the top just to keep any wagons off. The road was wide enough for the wagons, so that's just there to stop it from pushing away. So that's what them logs, the big stones on top of the logs are for. Try and climb down here without falling over. There we go. I don't think it's looking too bad, to be honest. So I'll zoom in a little bit. So you can see the pipe is split. It's like an oval shape. It does want replaced. But say we're in a absolutely zero phone signal up here anywhere. So we don't have another pipe. So that I'm sure that'll do for now. If they do want it replaced, all that timber's going to have to get moved to be able to dig the culvert out. So they're going to have to get timber wagons in and out anyways, even if they just want to remove that bit. But that's up to the client now. So I'll take a couple of pictures, send it to the client, show him what I've done, and then that's this job done. I've got a couple of potholes up the road to fill in, which is next to nothing. I'll just be able to pinch some stone off the side of the road to fill them in, and then onto the back of the wagon and away. Right, so the last couple of days I've just been back in the yard carrying on with this yard extension. I've just been plodding on by myself, so I've been using the Fent to lead the muck away, and then I've got the roller on the back of the John Deere. So we finished off leading away all of the topsoil and all of the muck, and then I just levelled up the whole site. So got it all levelled off. It's still to get stone on the top of it, but it'll just be like this for now. It's not bad ground at all, kind of like beck gravelly stuff. The only worst bit is probably just through there. It's might just be a little bit soft, but it's one of them. It'll when we do come to stone up, it might just get dug out yet, but that's up to the boss. That I think it probably will do. We'll just see how it goes. But then it might be one of them. We get a bit of stone over top of it, it'll be all right. Aye. So yeah. So we've been in the yard. I think I've said before, I haven't done that much recording. I try not to do any recording in the yard, so you can't see what's behind the camera, just for security and all of that carry on. So aye. So that's this bit done. Gonna have bait now, and then I'm gonna jump on the Cabelco, and then where we've been tipping off all the muck to the other side of these trees, I'm gonna go over there and landscape all of that in. But for now, we'll just have a look around. We've got the got the Fent 720 and the John Deere John Deere 6R 185. It's because I swapped them round. It used to be that 6185R, didn't it? And then when they brought out the new ones, it's now 6R 185. Yeah. So, which one would you pick? If you had the choice to drive one of them, which one would you pick? So this one is brand new, so that's why it's looking a bit cleaner. This one, the Fent, what is it? Is it 22? Oh no, 21 plate. So it's 4-year-old now. Yeah, but 200 horsepower. I think that's 185, but I'm sure that's 200 as well. Or it might just be under 200, I think. Not 100% sure. But aye. But no, they're both very nice bits of kit. Can't go wrong with either one of them. And that comes from a Massey Ferguson man. Aye, but no, it's grand. Right, we'll have bait. We'll then trundle over and do some landscaping. Also, while I've been doing that, I've left Jensen in the car to have a little nap. There he is, sleeping. You alright, Sleepy? Hello? Just startle you. Do you want out? Go on then, we'll have bait. Do you want out for a piece? Come on then. Yeah? Good boy. Good lad. Smile, boy. Smile. There we are, it's all levelled off, tracked in. Just as it started to rain. I had a little bit of rain during, but it's starting to get a little bit heavier now. We'll muck the tracks out. There's not much in them, but we'll give them a clean out. I'm going on the low loader on Monday morning. Oh, so it hasn't took that long. 3 hours it took. That's so bad. It's tidy. Right, clean these tracks out. Well, there we go. Digger's getting shifted. Off to the next job. Well, we've arrived on site. We'll quickly get it unloaded because we are blocking the road. So we'll quickly get it thrown off. Right, got here. Typically when we're trying to get the digger off the back of the wagon, there's cars turn up from everywhere. So, but managed to get them all sorted off. Digger off, tracked up into the job. I've seen the client, he told us what he wants done. So we're about to get on with it now. Now this is a road that I put in, that we put in 18 months ago. Beginning of 2024 anyways, we put this in. And I think it's, I want to say 2.5 miles long. And it's actually looking really good. If 2.5 miles long, 2 miles of it is still absolutely perfect. And he says they've had 16,000 tonne of wood out of here. So that's a lot of wagon movements. So yeah, I'm really pleased at how it looks, but we are here just to patch the worst of it up. So this bit here where they have, like we fixed earlier in the video, they've had the forwarder on the road. So it's still not that bad. I've honest to God seen a lot worse and they've left it. But apparently this wood, they're going to be, well, this whole block, standing timber, everything that the owners want to sell it. So the client's just patching it up, ready for the sale. So that's what we're here for. And we are a little bit further. We are a bit far from home and all. Maybe just over, maybe like an hour and 40 here. So we're a bit of distance away. So we'll try and bash on. Right, aye. So this is literally the worst part of the whole job. So I'm going to go along here, scrape off all the brash, all the bark and everything, and some of the mud. Hold on a minute, I'm going to sneeze here. Fucking hell. Yeah, so we're going to go along, scrape all the bark and all the mud and everything, all the rubbish off the road, reshape it so it's got a nice camber on it to shed the water. Have to pull out logs like this that are in the ditches and all of that, and any culverts. Just clean some out. He said they're not so bad. He said they're all alright, it's just little bits like here, just further down there, the other side of the bucket, other side of all that green stuff. It's a bit load of brash and everything in the ditch, just where all the timber's been stacked. But yeah, road really is looking really good. Right, well we'll bash on and get on since we're only here for a short while. That is the worst section of the job done, and just as I was finishing off trimming it up, timber wagon's turned up. There's still about 12 loads of wood in here to pick up, so he's just told us he's going to be in here about another 3 times today, so it'll be alright. There's plenty of laybys for me to get in and out the way. It's a tidy wagon and all. So I'll show you the different ways that I use this grading beam, because we'll put it there so you can see. So as you can see on the left hand side there's a big flat bit, whereas on the right hand side it's got the legs that come out the front. So when I am just trimming the road up, it'll be like that, and the edges just hold the stuff in for when you're pulling it out. But when I use the backside, which is like I am at the moment here, I use it basically just like a bucket, but it's twice the width of my bucket. So where there's a couple of wheel ruts here, just back a little bit so you can see. So there's a couple of wheel ruts here, you can see where the wagons have been going. So all I use that for is to basically dig into the edges of the road, bring it into the middle, then I'll give it a track in, and then spin the beam round again, spin the beam round, and then trim it up. So I could do this bit here with the bucket, but like I say, this for this little job, this beam is twice the width of that bucket, so you can get on a little bit faster. I am just going down the hill as well at the moment. It's a little steep click, which is probably why there's a couple of wheel ruts on here. There's been a bit of water running down the hill at some point. So I just try to pull a little bit of that edge in, also angle the beam like that, and then it does bring everything into the middle of the road. And then they are still, I'm expecting the wagon back for another load of timber at some point. So I'm trying to get this hill graded up and tracked in before he comes back, just so it's all tracked in and he's not trying to get up it on the loose stone, and so he doesn't spin out. That's my plan. That's my plan. Spin it like that, get rid of all the big stuff. So you don't want too much big stuff, but the joys of some of the big stuff on this site is it does kind of track in quite well. I'll just get rid of that. Track this hill in now. So now we'll spin the blade round and trim it up. I still can dig in a little bit like this, but it's not as easy. Because it's just more for trimming up really. If you want to be digging in, you use the back side of the blade. You see all them wings on the edge just keep hold the stone in. And as they go through, they all these all this nice small stuff fills in all the little holes. Because also underneath, so I can see, so that's the plate. Well, that's also angled a little bit, so that beam there is flat with the road. I should get out and show you, but then that one there is about 3 inches higher than what that is. So as the stones go through the first edge, and then if they're a little bit higher, that just helps it all grade out a little bit easier rather than it being flat all the way through. It does make things a lot easier. Right, so we're getting there. Just been bitten on the back of the neck there. Bloody clegg on that. Aye, we're getting there. So, working way down the road. I've got this bit here, these corners to sort out, and there's a little bit down there, and then that's it. So, this section of road, I'll try and get a better shot. Used to, from where that sign is, went straight down there. I don't know, maybe come around here so you can see a bit better. And it was too steep. So, where are we at? Where are we at? Here we go. This is the original line. So the road used to come up there, straight up here. And then I filled that in. It went straight up the hill there, but it was way too steep. So it got us to put in a couple of bends just to take the steepness out of it. So we had all of this hillside here to dig out. It doesn't look that much actually digger, but that banking is about 4-5 metres high, up to about there. So we had it was when we were doing the job, got a pecker for had a Doosan 210 in the quarry, got a pecker for that. He come down here and just started pecking away at that. And then I just kept haymaking it down, so everything from up there, all that got broke out, and I just kept haymaking it through here, and then right into that bottom side. That stuff down there could be about 6 metres deep. So I managed to get some off that banking as well, but it was it took a bit of doing. I'll put I put some videos and pictures of it on Instagram and that. I'll maybe put them on here if I can find them. Aye, so it was a good little job this. I don't think it took that long. Maybe just over a week, because it was really hard. In fact, where these ruts are here, this could be back down onto bedrock here, I would have thought, because there was a really nasty hard bit in here. It just took forever. It was one of them where you're just constantly pecking it and it's just dust coming off it. So we'll sort out these wheel ruts now. All I'm going to do is, because you can see the wagons stick over there, I'll pinch a load of stone, make the ditch a bit wider. There was a ditch here, it's just filled in with loose stuff falling down. I'll clean all of that out, fill them ruts in, because they say it's gathering water and just sending it down the road. So, aye, we'll do that, and then hopefully get away. It's going to be a long day. I was here early this morning because I knew I was trying to get it all done today. So I was here for just after 6 o'clock, and I'm an hour and 40 away from home. And what we're on now, 2:30. Yeah. Another few hours yet, I would say, so maybe we can get home at half decent time today. Right, what do you say, gents? I'm gonna jump in the digger? Yeah? You're a good boy. Look at them clegs everywhere. The bitters on the back of the neck, son. Yeah? Rightio. top corner, which was the worst of the rutted ones. That one down there wasn't so bad, but it's all trimmed up and tracked in. You'll probably notice that rotor tilt is a godsend on little jobs like this, because say there's that many angles. Try to do this with just a standard quick hitch, you could be a headache. Because say it's coming down there and then it's all kind of banks around and sweeps in. Like this bit here is level, so the plan will zoom out. So the plan always was wagon come up here, and at least the tractor unit's always flat. There's a sweep around here and go up there. Aye, but there's just that many angles. But aye, that's this bit done. Now I have to walk back for the car, because I'm going to leave the digger down there, so walk back uphill for the car now. There we go. Been for the car. Digger's parked up. Job done. I'm sure that that's the whole job what he's wanting done. I've done everything what he's wanting on the list. Apart from wanting a roll, I think it's done. So, I'm now away to a music festival tomorrow. It's only Tuesday, but I'm going on the Wednesday. And then that's me off work until a week today, back in on Tuesday. So, but by the time you see this video, I'll have already come back to work. So, I might do a little thing from the festival, but we'll see. So if this is the end of the video, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for keep watching and commenting. It's quite good to see a lot of the same people commenting all the time. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thanks for all the likes, comments, and keep subscribing. Cheers. Oh, we'll let us say bye from Jensen. Say bye, son. Thank you very much. Cheers.